Hello, welcome to the Insight Labs Looker Studio tutorials. I'm Erol and I help marketers make better decisions using data. In this video, let's talk about GA4 Key Events and how to visualize them in Looker Studio. Before visualizing them, let's discuss about what key events are and why they are important and the common mistakes that I observed so far, my clients defining them. So per Google's definition, the particularly important actions to the success of your business, key events. So to find out these particularly important actions, you can ask yourself, what are your primary business goals? It might be your own business, or you might be running a marketing department. And if it's the latter case, then you need to discuss with the other teams as well. Get together, ask yourself what the goals are, and try to find ways to track those events. So why those events are important? So because they define the success and it helps optimizing the efforts so that you can, find out that which efforts are working towards your goals, which are not. And it helps you create to the point reports, and it improves decision making because you do not spend time with the trivial metrics, but sharp focus on important, actions. And some common mistakes that I've observed is that late configuration. So for example, while you are setting up GA4, you can set up your key events right away. The moment that you set them up, it starts picking the data the day that they had been set up. So you cannot get historical data about those key events. There's a caveat. As long as you have the event, at least you can find them in Looker Studio and you can consider them as key events. But you will lose some of the functionalities. I can show them. And there are some key events that I've seen in clients, GA4 accounts that are not key events at all. Let's say page views or action that is not that specifically important. So for example, I don't know, some page views you shouldn't consider as a key event, or maybe a product detail view, right? So I've seen that it is being implemented as key event, but is it so? Ask yourself. Or naming conventions. Let's say that newsletter sign up and newsletter underscore sign up. These are practically look like similar, but there's a difference. So the first uses an uppercase, and this second all lowercase. So GA4 favors lowercase. So it is case dependent. Be aware of it. And missing and unregistered parameters. Let's say that you are sending a purchase event. Purchase event needs to have a must-have parameter list that you need to send those parameters to GA4 for this event to be collected correctly. Otherwise, you can't see a lot of things, using them. Or let's say that you're creating a custom event, and there are some variables are very important for this event, that can specify. Let's say it's a form submit. Let's say, and in this form, you might have a drop down that can identify the intent of the potential lead, for example. You might be tracking those variables using Google Tag Manager, but if you're not sending them to Google Analytics and register them, you might be able to record them in the long run. So those are the common mistakes. All right, so adding a chart is pretty straightforward. Myself here. All right, so these are the events in Google Analytics accounts that we are currently playing with. So let's add some variables. Event count, let's add sessions, and let's also add events per session. Okay, events per session. Here we can see there are 26 different events. They are not particularly key events. They include key events, but rather they are all events. You see, page view, item list, all these things. If you want to see the key events, we can add a dimension. We can add is key event dimension here, and it says if it's a key event or not. You see, you can order them by being a key event variable. We can see that there are 3 key events in this Google account. View item, as we discussed, it might not be a best key event that one might have because you can use this item pages as landing pages on your ads. So if someone lands to those pages, are they really conversions? So adding to cart, I'm not discussing about it, can be purchased definitely. Let's say that there are other events that could have been considered as key events, but not. Let's say that, I don't know, begin checkout, let's say, for example. Then you can come over here and create some filters that includes all the potential key events names, and you can track your, you can visualize your dashboard accordingly. That's another topic we can discuss later on. But let me remove this one. And if you want to use filters to show a table just for key events, this is how you can do it. You can come over here and then you can add is key event filter. I previously set it. Let me show it to you. So you can give any name you want. You can include the is key event dimension and equal to true. See, true, and save it. Once you have done it, you will see that there are 2,000 sessions. We have observed view events, and we have observed it 7,000 times. So per session, if you observe this, it happens 3.42 times. Same goes on, add to carts purchases. And also, let's say that you want to see those key events as, in a standalone section, like a scorecard, you can do so. Let's edit here. First, let's change this dimension name to key event because it might create some confusions. All right. So this is the scorecard that we have. Let's add event. See, we can add event count here. And then we can add a filter. Let's add key event filter, for example. And let's put this summary row in here so that we can see the event counts matching. So these are the overall key event counts. Overall key events, let's say. And now I can copy paste this. Let's say 3 times. And I want to adjust them all together. So again, since we have the time, I can show you how to distribute on the horizon. You see? And then you can select them all, make a right click, and put them on the bottom of the selection or top. Right. So let's add a view item here. We have is key event filter already. Let's create another filter. Now we will call it view item event. We will select the event name and then equal to view item. Good. So 7,095. Let's change its name to view item. Good. That's another thing. We can add comparisons. For example, previous year, previous period, or any time that we want to compare it against. So this is how you can fastly change how it looks. Okay. All right, view item, and let's say add to cart, just to make another example. To cart. All right, the metric is gone. Okay, so this is how we can add if you want to do the same, we can do the same for purchase, but yeah, it's rather the same. I won't do it. So this is it for this video. If you like the video, please like it. If you want to learn more about Looker Studio tutorials, consider subscribing to my channel. And if you want to learn more about data-driven decision making, consider subscribing to my newsletter. See you in the next video.